Hello, beautiful souls, divine beings. Welcome in this lovely space with me. Whomever chose pile 1, I have a message for you. And today's reading goes into what is your intuition trying to tell you? What do you need to know right now? And pile 1, the vision I have for you is you are in the middle of a wheel, and the wheel is turning around you, and you are in the middle of that. You are in a peaceful position, your eyes are closed, although you see. And I see very clearly that your eyes are closed, but I also see that you see. And what you see is you are looking straight into the sun. But the sun it's not this yellow color that we are used to in this earth. It's a very bright light. And you can look straight into it. It doesn't hurt you. But also your physical eyes are closed. Your human eyes are closed. And you are seeing with your third eye. So the first thing that I feel in here that your intuition is trying to tell you is no matter what happens around you, no matter how much life is spinning around you, as long as you stay in your center and you allow yourself to close your physical eyes, so don't depend on what your physical eyes see, but go inside and look through your third eye. And the moment you do that, you realize that there is only light, no matter how much everything is spinning. So that feels as your first message here, that no matter what is happening around you, no matter how much life is spinning, if you go within, if you close your human eyes, your human experience, and you come back to your truth, to your third eye, you realize that there is only light. And this is the truth. This is your truth. There is also something around the sun, although I cannot figure out what it actually is yet. Maybe it will get clear, but it also feels important to say it, that there is something around the sun. But like I say, it's not clear in this moment. Let's see where this is going. So pile 1, I pulled already a rune for you, and I pulled just a few cards. Just a few notes, and the rune that came out for you is Otila. And Otila is the rune of retreat and inheritance. And with this vision also, it feels like, again, when you feel that everything starts to become overwhelming, the world is like turning around you, or you are feeling that everything is spinning, retreat, but in the center of that all. Become silent within the spinning, within the chaos, within the overwhelm. In that center there is silence, and go there, close your human eyes and open your third eye, and there you will see that there is only light. We also have here, be aware of the signs. Take care of your body, take care of your human vessel, and traveling through the cosmos and other realms. And what I feel here, I do want to clarify that, but what I feel already in here is that your soul is traveling a lot in this time. Whenever you see this is a timeless reading, but your soul is traveling a lot. And it feels like your soul is, in your human experience, it feels like you cannot grasp this, although you know that you are traveling a lot in your dreams, or when you are in meditation, when you are in connection, or when you are dreaming away. Your soul is really traveling a lot in this time. And wherever your soul goes in these travels, in these cosmic travels, it's leaving signs for you. And your intuition is asking from you to be aware of these signs. Because your soul, your intuition, your guidance is trying to make certain things clear to you by putting signs. And the signs are obvious. They are so obvious that it's possible that you even look through them because they are so obvious. It's also possible that your intuition wants to just tell you, be more aware. The things you see. I also feel for some that you are doubting on the signs that you see, but your intuition is telling you to don't doubt that and to just be aware, because the signs will keep on showing up until you become aware of them. So don't doubt. If you see something and you think it's a sign, don't doubt it. Don't doubt that. And there is also something in your body. There is a certain sensation in your body that is activated when these signs are being shown to you. So if you are doubting about certain things that show up for you, if you are doubting that they are really signs or not, then pay close attention to the sensation in your body, because there is a subtle sensation happening within your body when these signs that you need to see are showing up for you. So be aware of the signs in general. Don't go searching for it. Just be awake, be alert. And when you see something, check in with your body. Check in with the sensations of your body. I'm curious about this. I was pulled again to your vision, and I'm curious what is there around the sun. But up until now, it's not for me to see, which can also be a message for you to take this vision that I gave you and to look, what do you see around the sun? Because this might be unique for each and every one who's watching this. It's possible it still comes through, but if it doesn't come through, then it's up to you to go into that vision and to see what is there around the sun for you. 7, intuition. I also, when I was shuffling the cards, the High Priestess came out. This is intuition. So your intuition is really pulling your attention in this time. It's sending you a lot of signs. It's really asking you to connect and to be aware of these subtle sensations, how your inner GPS is interacting with you, because it's unique for each and every individual, and it's if we want to to be more in contact with our intuition. It's up to us to strengthen this relationship with our inner GPS. How does our personal inner GPS communicates with us? And yours is really communicating with you. Trust in your instincts jumps out here. And for whomever is seeking for specific answers, your intuition here is coming through and saying that don't rely up onto the advice of other people, but go within. Because within you will get exactly the answers that you are seeking for. If you are relating on answers or advice from other people, you will not get the advice that you are seeking for, or only parts of it. Which brings me back to the vision, because I give you the vision of the sun, which is comparable with you asking advice to someone else, and I give you the vision of the sun, but there is more to see, and it's up to you to see what is around there, because this other person cannot see what is around there. This other person cannot give that extra piece of advice that is exactly right for you to hear. So trust in your own guidance. Go within for advice. There is also something in here about your soul that is traveling through the cosmos, through other realms, and bringing back from these travels pieces of information and giving signs to you. And what I feel in here also is that your soul is bringing back experiences that will help you to remember that you are not coming from this place. You are not coming from this world. And your soul is bringing in pieces of information, downloads, pieces of remembrance for you to fully experience that you are in this world, but not of it. If you are seeking for certain signs, and I always say you shouldn't search for it because they just show up. But if you are doubting, like, is this a sign or is this not a sign? Again, it's about going within your body and feeling these subtle sensations that your body also gives to you. But there is also something here that your signs are coming through in situations, objects, things you see, things you hear, things that happen around that feel beyond the normal. There is something abnormal about it, and it catches your attention because of that. So this feels like it's also a hint for someone, like if you doubt, there is something in the abnormality of certain things, situations, things you hear, things you experience, things that jump out. And what the vision I get while speaking is you are looking at a painting, and the painting, the completely painting is flat, but there is like one figure in 3D jumping out. And it's like that when you are somewhere and you are looking at a certain view, whatever, with people, with nature, any view, you are just observing the view that is in front of you. And if you look at the whole picture, the whole painting of that view, then it's like one thing is jumping out. And it feels relevant for some to say this, to maybe also do this as an exercise, to just, wherever you are in these days, to stop and to observe what you see. Imagine it as being a painting, and then the first thing that jumps out of that painting is a sign for you. There is a message in there for you. And it feels like there is a lot of messages. We have fruitful here, we have spring here, and this really has this sense of plenty, a lot, abundance. And it feels like your intuition, your guidance is offering you a lot of signs. And again, coming back to what I said in the beginning, it's possible that it's so obvious that you are looking through it. Or that you are searching for it, that you are really seeking for it. And in that way, you miss also what is being shown to you. But it will be, the signs will be given to you up until you notice them. So don't worry about missing anything. For some, I also feel in here that if you wake up maybe with not with the remembrance of a certain dream, but just with strange feelings, not only when you wake up, just in general, when you experience abnormal sensations, strange things that come over you, it's because your soul is traveling a lot in this time. And it feels very important to repeat that. It's possible I will repeat it more, but your soul is traveling a lot this time in other realms. And I feel this is significant for some to say, because it's possible you are asking yourself questions, why certain things are happening or why you are feeling a certain way. It's because of that. Your soul is very active in this time. the Four of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Hierophant. And on the bottom of the deck we have the Fool. This feels like your intuition is coming through here, or your guidance is coming through here and saying to you, you are going on a new journey according to being in peace and being in trust and faith about all the messages that are being given to you that are coming from a higher source. Your intuition, your higher guidance. So it's like a new chapter, or this is completely new for you, but I know for most of you who are watching, this is not new for you. So, but if so, this is like your intuition coming through and asking you, let's go on a journey together. Let's strengthen this connection with each other. And also, this is then for anyone who's watching this, your intuition coming through wherever you are in your process, wherever you are in relationship with your intuition. Your intuition comes through, or your guidance comes through with this message of, we are going on a next chapter together to bring clarity in everything that is coming through. But it's also asking for your commitment. So if you want to strengthen this, if you want to be able to rely more on your intuition, then that also involves a commitment from your part. The Wheel of Fortune. I see the Wheel of Fortune, and I come back to this vision where you are in the middle of this wheel that is spinning. And it feels again like a lot is happening around you. A lot is spinning around you. A lot is turning around you. And it's beyond your control. What is within your control is, how do I choose to perceive? Do I open my human eyes, or do I look with my one true eye, with my third eye? And when I look with my two human eyes, my eyes of duality, when I look with these eyes, I see a lot which is illusion. When I look through my one eye, through my third eye, I see that there is only light. So coming back to the wheel is turning around you. And it's about, the wheel is turning beyond your control. Whatever is happening around you is mostly beyond your control. Within your control is your choice of perception. How to perceive all of this. the star. The star on the Four of Swords, which really feels like a healing. Peace, rest, rejuvenation. Finding peace after a lot of pain. Finding balance again, I hear. Again. Finding balance again. Eight of Cups. Walking away from certain things that are not serving you anymore and walking straight into what feels right for you. And the Seven of Swords on the Hierophant. So this is again this having the choice. How do you perceive it all? Because the Seven of Swords is an energy of betrayal. It's an energy of lies, of cheating. But here it feels like the illusion of the duality of the two eyes. And make a commitment to your guidance, to yourself, to perceive from the right place. Okay, what else is here? I also feel here for some days your intuition has been nudging you about a certain situation that is not coming from the right place. And to be aware of that, to walk away from that. The Ace of Swords. New clarity, new ideas, new inspirations, new thoughts, new way of thinking, a new way of perceiving. A new way of perceiving and to choose that from a place of trust. We have here the Ten of Wands on the bottom of the deck. And Ten of Wands is a card of heavy burdens. It's a card of exhaustion, but it's also the ending of heavy burdens. And especially in this one, in this deck, because he's blindfolded, but he's walking on these poles. He doesn't trust in his human eyes. He doesn't trust in the eyes of duality. His eyes are closed and he's walking really nicely on all these. He's walking a very challenging path, but he's walking it blindfolded because he trusts in the eye of truth, which is where your intuition is trying to lead you in this moment. It's trying to lead you into your own trust and your own confidence in your own intuition. The Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, the Magician, and Judgment. Wow. And this is to clarify the Ace of Swords. So these new ideas, new ways of perceiving, new inspirations, new way of thinking is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles, which is it's an energy of independence. It's an energy of being financially free also. But it feels more like, because we have the Two of Cups next to it, it's like your intuition is trying to tell you, we are offering you a new way, a new chapter. You with your intuition, you with your inner GPS, a new chapter from you being independent and having the experience that you have to take care of it always, always, always only on your own. While now your intuition wants to come through and wants to strengthen this connection, so your experience of being alone in all of this can switch to an experience of I always feel supported. I always feel supported because my intuition is on point, and my intuition is my straight line to my higher guidance. The Magician and Judgment next to it. This is creation. And in here it feels like co-creating. Judgment next to it. Judgment is this, it's the call from God. It's something higher that is calling you to do certain things. And most of the time, it's not the most easy thing to do. But you feel that it's your soul that is calling you to do something. And it's very difficult to resist that path. It's possible, but it's difficult. And if you resist that path, you will always have a certain sense of unease, more than unease. You will never find true fulfillment, because judgment it's why you came here. This is about your mission, your purpose. And it's important now, your intuition is coming through now with strengthen this relationship. Be aware of the signs. Be aware of the signs that your soul is giving you, that your higher guidance is giving you. Know that your soul is traveling a lot in this time and is bringing to your experience by offering you a lot of signs. Your soul is offering you opportunities to experience the remembrance of what you truly are, the remembrance of the fact that you are not coming from this world, that you are coming from somewhere else, and that you came here with a mission. And your intuition is nudging you to take this invitation Because if you take this invitation, your experience will shift from having to do everything on your own to feeling supported by the universe, by God, Source, Spirit. So be aware of the signs. Be aware of abnormalities. Be aware of the subtle sensations that your body gives you. Try this exercise with the painting, with things that jump out. And whenever you feel that everything is overwhelming, whenever you feel that everything is spinning around you, close your eyes. Close your eyes of duality. Focus on your third eye, on your one through eye. And remember, there is only light. And it didn't come through, so it's up to you. Look what is there, because there is something around that sun which is important for you to see, and it's unique for you to see what is there. Okay, my beautiful pile one, this is what I have for you. Is it? Yes, this is what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope it was helpful, and I'm sending lots of love, lots of light, lots of peace and blessings for each and every one. Hello, beautiful souls, divine beings. Welcome in this lovely space with me. Whomever chose pile 2, I have a message for you. And today's reading goes into what is your intuition trying to tell you? What do you need to know right now? And pile 2, the vision I have for you is you are driving, and the only thing I see is one straight road in front. And I try to see if there is something else, but you are just driving straight. And it really feels like your intuition is coming through and almost screaming, you are right on track. You are going straight to where you need to be. And I didn't pull any cards yet, but I did pull one rune, and the rune that came out for you is Dagas. And this is the rune of breakthrough. So for you, pile 2, it feels like your intuition is just saying, whatever you are doing, you are right on track, and you are driving straight into your breakthrough. So it feels very positive, this reading. Let's see what else wants to come through here. And it's, like I say, I try to go into the vision and to see if there is something around that I need to see. And I only feel you being in the car or being in this vehicle, and you are looking outside, you are looking at your surroundings, and you are in a very relaxed state. But I always been pulled back to this, the road, you know, the movement of the road, and there is no corner, it's just straight, and it keeps on going straight. So you are riding straight into your breakthrough. And what I hear also here is the darkness is behind you, the daylight has come. Blessings. Opa, and they jump out. They jump out. But it's too much. too much blessings. Can you ever have too much blessings? No, we can never have too much blessings, but it's a lot for you. It really feels like that. This is beautiful. What else is here? There is this, the cards are all with a white back, and for some reason I never saw that there was this one card which had a point on the back. Don't know if you see that. It's very small, but it pulled my attention. Yeah, you don't see that. There is a point on it. I never saw that, and it just caught my attention. And it really feels like there is only one point to go. You are like looking straight into your breakthrough. And what the song I hear is one-way ticket, one-way ticket, one-way ticket to the moon. Is it that? I don't know, but one way, only one way. I am. So you feel very aligned. You feel very right on track. We do have blockages here. So I'm going to clarify what is that. Blockages and a light male is coming through, and this feels related to these blockages. So a light male, it doesn't have to be a man. It's just a masculine energy with a light appearance, light skin, light hair color, or just light in feeling, light in energy. So there is something here, blockages with light male, masculine energy. Let's see, let's first see what this is. Number 88 is coming through also. So this might have to do with monetary stuff. Abundance is in here, prosperity is in here, there is wealth in here, there is an alignment with material, with the material world. The 8 is also as above, so below. It's the infinity sign. And then I am is you, any one of us. If you are in the I am presence, you are really in balance within yourself. And I feel that. I feel that for you. Let's see these blockages. Okay, so we have the Lovers coming through. As the main energy, and the Moon on the bottom of the deck. So there is something here. What is this about? Blockages with a light, with a masculine energy. This might be a lover, but it might also have to do with choices. Although I really feel in here that this is also with a masculine energy, that this is about a person with whom you have had a love relationship with whom you have a love relationship with, or someone you have romantic feelings for. And then with the Moon also, there is some kind of shadow here that is wanting to be revealed in this reading. And your intuition was already nudging you in a certain way. So let's see where this is going. So a lot of messages here. Also, the Seven of Cups, confusion. There is confusion. This might be a third-party situation also. Because in this deck, the Lovers, you see, sorry for the table. It might be a third-party situation, but it's not for all. To clarify, we have the Empress, the Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. Okay, pile 2, what I feel in here is that you are juggling. You are juggling between, or you are doubting between what is the right thing to do according to this man. And you are doubting between it's interesting that you are doubting here, because what I see here, there are two choices. There is one choice with the Ten of Wands and the Seven of Wands, which is heavy burdens, feeling exhausted, feeling overwhelmed, feeling obligated, feeling burned out, almost, not almost, feeling burned out. The Seven of Wands is an energy of defense, of struggle, of having to stand strong, or of having to defend yourself all the time. And then on the other side there is the Empress and the Nine of Pentacles. So I said it's strange that you are doubting between this, but I do understand, because what I feel here is that you have certain feelings for someone, and you know that in this moment being with this person it's a heavy burden, and there is another path that is calling you, which is a path of independence, but it's a path of truth, it's a path of true nourishment, it's a path of abundance, of prosperity, it's a path of being in your divine feminine energy, which means that you completely value yourself for what you are, for what you truly are, that you know what you deserve, that you don't settle for anything less than you deserve. But you are juggling with this because you carry strong feelings for this person. And this is the way it's spread out also here. It feels like it's an underlying it's an underlying stream of this path of going straight to your breakthrough. But the vision I get is you being on that road, and it's just one way forward, so you know what is the right thing to do, but you are struggling with leaving this behind, and there are moments that it still blocks you, although you are already on track. I do feel that. But the confusion and the doubt sometimes still kicks in because these feelings are there. I want to clarify something here because... Is it dead? Okay. Okay, so your intuition knows what is the right path here for you. And the moments that you doubt, um, in these moments, it's important to trust in what your intuition is telling you to do. Because again, you know what is the right path for you. And this right path for you here is the Empress with the Nine of Pentacles. It's that path of independence, which is this straight road into your breakthrough, into all your blessings, but is the feelings that you still carry for this person are causing blockages and confusion from time to time. And they sometimes cause you to, Seven of Wands again, yeah. They sometimes cause you to go into your shadow, which is completely normal. No, it's a part of the process of letting go. It doesn't mean because we decide to go a certain path from which we know that is the right path for us. It doesn't mean it's not difficult. It doesn't mean it's not tricky to leave these, or to give all these feelings a place, to get out of this attachment that is there. So your intuition wants to tell you with this, whenever the confusion comes up, whenever you feel a little more in the dark about this, or in general, because in general it feels also related to this, the 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 fear, in a sense, of leaving behind what is known for you, leaving your comfort zone behind, and stepping into what is right for you. So your intuition comes through and says to you, whenever this happens, just trust. Trust that this path of independence is the right path for you. Fall. Hmm. What is this? Let me clarify this before I speak. What I feel here is, for some, your intuition has been speaking to you since fall, or about something that happened in the fall, which it triggered your intuition into some your intuition has spoken to you in the fall about something that happened during that time, and it has not yet uh, been put into the light what actually happened there for you, but your intuition comes through here, or your guidance comes through here with the message for you that you have to trust in your intuition about something that happened in the fall. This is not for all, although it is for quite a lot, I hear. And this has triggered your core wounds. And the fact that it comes through here feels important to look back to that and to to take this message as a confirmation that your intuition was spot on about that. You were right at the core about what you thought. And I'm being pulled again to this third party situation, but this is not for all. But it has something to do with this masculine energy that is there. I don't need to clarify this. Six of Cups. This is it's just a confirmation. It has something to do. It has triggered your old wounds, your core wounds, but it's a situation from past fall. Something during the fall past year, or now just the fall, because we are now in winter, but something happened there in the fall. Maybe a fall before. Wherever you are, doesn't matter, in the fall. So your intuition was right there. It's important for you to know that. It's important for you to get a confirmation on that, because it will also strengthen you in following this path that you know you need to follow. The path that you are already on. You are already driving. It's not that you start from standing still. You are driving already. And in certain situations, it's not because we are still in the situations that we are not yet moving, because our thoughts, our feelings, our experience can already be moving while we are still in a certain situation. And you are moving, you are driving. The Chariot, you are driving, you are moving, and you are moving in the right direction. Again, you are driving straight into your breakthrough. There is only one way to go now. Darkness is behind you, daylight has come. The Devil and the Two of Pentacles again. Yeah, I feel in here this, and the Five of Wands again. Not again, we had the Seven of Wands. But the Five of Wands, this is conflict. So you are moving out of that, you are driving out of that, but it's with the Two of Pentacles coming out again, it's this, you still feel doubtful at times, you still feel confused at times, you still feel You still feel like you have to make a choice, but the choice is already been made. The choice has already been made. But it is important, I hear that also, yes. It's also important that you keep on acting on what you know is the right thing for you. With the devil coming out here, and also with the Five of Wands that peeped out, it feels like it's not been easy to have this. I feel strong feelings for someone, and it's not easy to say no to that. But again, you are driving already. The choice has already been made. Five, five, five. The choice has already been made. It's triple change. So the five is also, it's this point where everything shifts around and where we start to see the rewards of these first steps that we took. It's the point where everything shifts. It's a major turning around of events. It's also about stepping out of your comfort zone, which I really feel here also, that is still pulling you back sometimes. But again, you are already driving. The change is happening. The choice is made, and everything is, the moment that you made the choice, consciously or unconsciously, although I feel for most of you, you consciously made a choice. But the choice is made, and in that moment, universe starts to put everything in motion to move that. And again, I'm being pulled to this vision. You are driving. You are driving, and you are driving in a good state with yourself. It's the right path. It's the only way to go. The lovers. The lovers again. Okay. My beautiful pile too. Like I said in the beginning, what I feel here is it felt very beautiful in the beginning, and it still feels very beautiful. Because you are already driving. You are driving straight into your breakthrough, into your blessings. The choice is made already. You are on a certain path, and this is the right path to go. But your intuition is coming through to tell you to trust in your intuition. To trust in your intuition, to trust in, to reflect back on what was there, what happened in the fall, this fall, or any fall before, what happened there, because this will also strengthen you in keep on driving the path that you are already on. And your intuition is also coming through to tell you whenever you feel like you are being pulled back whenever you feel confused, whenever you feel burdened, that it's okay to feel like that. But don't allow that to block you from keep on driving, or from keep on going. I want to pull one more for you. What did I say here? Like I said, it feels very beautiful, this vision that I had in the beginning, and now that all of this comes through, it's I also feel the intensity in here of the difficulty of the choice that you had to make. And I also feel that you are still in this situation, but already with a different perception, already with a different experience than before. And the main thing that your intuition wants to say to you is keep on going. Keep on going on this path of independence, because this is the right path for you. It's your path of blessings, it's your path of alignment, it's your path. And there is only one way to go. There is only one point to see. The road is straight in front. You are the universe. So remind yourself of what you truly are. Remind yourself of your strength. Remind yourself of your magnificence. And it's card 29, which is also, it's 11, it's a gateway. It's a gateway into your blessings. So my dear pile 2, this is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed the reading. And I feel I have to repeat it one more time. Go into any situation from the fall. It's important for you to know that you can trust in your intuition. It's important for you to know that your gut feeling is right. And again, this will strengthen you on this path, which is a beautiful path. And you're going to enjoy it. You're going to enjoy it, and you can already sense it in a way. But not completely, because you are still in a certain situation. One foot in, one foot out. But again, the darkness is behind you, the daylight has come. So the worst is behind you. So my dear pile 2, keep on going. You are right on track. You got this. You are riding straight into your breakthrough, and you are riding straight into your blessings. I'm sending lots of love, lots of light, lots of peace and blessings for each and every one. Hello, beautiful souls, divine beings. Welcome in this lovely space with me. Whomever chose pile 3, I have a message for you. And today's reading goes into what is your intuition trying to tell you? What do you need to know right now? And pile 3, the vision I have for you is I didn't see anything in the beginning. And I felt the urge to lift my head. And the moment that I lift my head, I saw or I see like it's like a tunnel that is upwards. And in this tunnel, there is a lot of different shapes, geometric shapes. So the first message that wants to come through here, that your intuition tries to tell you, is there is no way forward, there is only a way up. And a lot is happening in your communication with your higher guidance, and there is a lot of information coming through from above. There is a lot of information coming through from your higher guidance. What I also felt when I was looking up, the first thing I felt was the right side of my neck on my shoulder started to hurt, and it went in a straight line. If this is my spine, this side, the right side, from the shoulder point all the way down to my hip. And while I was feeling that, I was very strongly pulled to the shapes. And what I feel in here is that your intuition is trying to tell you to tap into your own healing abilities. For some, this is literally to work with sacred geometry. For some, this is with crystals, but there are no actual material tools needed for this. It's just about connecting to the certain shapes that are there and tapping into your own healing qualities. Because the achings that you feel now in your body, they are there to 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 push you, in a sense, to tap into your own healing qualities. So there it's also, I feel that your intuition wants to come through and to say, like, don't go to someone else. If you need to, if you need physical help, please go. But there is something in here to rely upon your own healing qualities and to strengthen your own healing qualities with the little pains you have within your own physical body, because you are capable of healing that yourself, and it feels important for you to work with that, to then also give that to other people, but first work on yourself. I didn't pull any cards yet, but I did pull one rune, and the rune that came out for you is Ansus, and this is the messenger rune, but she came out in reversed. And I don't feel any reversed energy in here, which normally means that there is a certain imbalance, but it just feels like it's coming straight from above. So a lot of information is coming straight from above. And you know that. I'm just here to confirm that. And your intuition is also telling you that. And again, with this pain, I feel for some it's important to understand that it's there for a reason. It's also in the process of transforming that we feel certain pain in the body, certain tension in the body, because we are adapting to a new frequency. But there is this, it's an opportunity for you to tap into your own healing qualities, to tap into your own healing abilities, talents, and gifts. And the fact that it's on the right side also feels important to, it feels related for some with your masculine, um, with your masculine side, in the sense of taking action. If you hear certain sounds, it's my doggy. Your masculine side in the sense of taking action. So with this pain, to really take action on working with that. Try out different things and don't be disappointed if certain things don't work. It's never a failure. It's just a way of practicing, of learning, of learning a new skill. So it's an opportunity being given for you there. And the shapes are very important for all, in whatever way, but the shapes are really important. And I feel the lines in here. So they're it's shapes with corners and geometric, sacred geometry. So look into that, connect with that. Metatron is also coming through here. Yes, Metatron is coming through very strong. So whomever feels triggered or spoken to with Metatron, connect with him, her. It's energy. It's not a him or a her, it's an energy. Trust in your intuition. So this also feels like your intuition was already pointing you in this direction. So I am here to confirm what your intuition was telling you. Take a risk. Okay. One more. Stop, be still, reflect. And I just said it feels related to your masculine side in the sense of action. And then I get here, stop, be still, reflect. And what I feel in here is, because it can sound opposite, but what I feel in here is, don't run away from the pain. Don't, don't try to push it away, but stay with it, be with it, and work with it. And stop, be still, reflect, trust your intuition. Your intuition is speaking very strongly to you. So trust in what your intuition is telling you. Take a risk. I'm curious about that. Of course, I'm curious about that. So let's see. What is this about? This take a risk. I want to pull this one for that. Humanity wants to jump out, so it's possible some of you are thinking about something big according to humanity. And if that is so, your intuition comes through with a confirmation that this is a very good idea. Terrarium and Spade is coming through, and what I feel here is because I pulled this as a clarification for this take a risk. And I feel for some your intuition is trying to come through, or has given you already a certain idea to go very deep into something. And while I say it, I feel again this line on my back, um, um, activating. Let's say it like that. So for some, it's about going really deep into the pain. And it's by going really deep into it, it's like you penetrate it. And the moment that you penetrate the pain also dissolves. And this is, it's possible you can penetrate the pain with these certain geometric shapes. And by penetrating it, it's like you um, you break it into pieces. So imagine the pain being a solid ball, and you put something in that ball, which is then this geometric shape. You put that in the core of this ball, which makes this ball, it goes into a lot of small pieces, which also allows for the pieces to move out of the body, which also results in the pain being gone. It feels important to say it like that for some. But there is something here, take a risk. Going very deep into something. So you have had a nudge, or you will get a nudge about something that you might feel a little insecure about. Should I do this? Should I not do this? So if you have a situation like that, or if you encounter a situation like that, your intuition is saying, go for that, take that risk. And if it happened already, then it's a confirmation. If it will happen, you will remember this when this moment shows up. So don't be insecure. Dig deep into the core. You have a lot of healing abilities. Whomever is watching this, you have very strong healing abilities, and you have to know that. Your intuition is telling you that already, and I am confirming this. And it's important to work with that, to practice with that, to what is the word? To discover that. I cannot find the right word for this. It's important to discover this territory of healing. And I also feel for many of you, this is really about healing very deep core wounds. That's also why this comes through. Take a risk and go very deep into something. And this will be in the first place with yourself, as being a practice. And then afterwards also for others. Very strong healing qualities are coming through here. Very strong healing qualities. So embrace that, and trust your intuition in whatever your intuition is guiding you now, because it's all related to this. It's related to the path that you are walking. And it's like you are coming into the core of yourself with this. And or you can use this sacred geometry to enter the core of yourself, to enter the core of yourself and to heal yourself from the inside out, yourself and others. Let me see this first here. Five of Cups, pain, loss, grief, release. Ace of Wands, new passion, new creative projects. King of Wands, being a leader, or Ace of Wands also taking action, new action. King of Wands, being a leader over your actions, standing in a leadership role according to your actions. So this is, together with the Five of Cups, this is really about transforming your own pain, whatever that is, physical, mental, energetical, etherical, pain on all levels, to alchemize that, into something different, and to stand in your leadership role according to that. Judgment on the bottom of the deck. This is your calling, this is your purpose. You came here to heal. And it always starts with ourselves. This is your call from God, which doesn't mean this is your only mission, but this is a big mission, and your intuition is speaking to you about this. And I am confirming this. And you really need to hear this. Trust in your intuition. Yes. God is calling you to do this. Your soul is calling you to do this. Very strong healing abilities. It's very beautiful to see. The Hermit, Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, and the Chariot. Your soul is calling you to come to a state of mastery according to this. Your soul is really calling you for this, and the Hermit comes through, so your intuition is also telling you this. Again, I'm just here to confirm what your intuition is already telling you. Because if you are here on this path with this energy that is here, you know very well what your intuition is telling you. And I'm just here to confirm. Your intuition is telling you that your soul is calling to master these healing practices, to master this healing gift that you have. And if you do so, if you are worried about your material needs, if you are worried about your finances, this is your way. You go from the Eight of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles. I also feel the independence in there, and the importance of you in commitment to this gift, this God-given gift. The independence in there, you standing on your or you standing in your independence in there. But we go from the Eight of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles, so I also feel in here, for some, if you are worried about your material needs, this is your path to go now. It leads into financial independence, and it leads into the Chariot, which is successful. It's a successful path. It's a victorious path. So pile 3. What is your intuition trying to tell you? What do you need to know right now? Again, I'm just here to confirm what your intuition has already been telling you. You are a very gifted healer, and your soul is calling you to alchemize your own pain into or to alchemize your own pain and to step into your own leadership role, to step into your own mastery of this healing gift, to dig deep, to use sacred geometry, to go into the core of certain pain, whatever way, to master this and to walk this path victorious. That is what your intuition is telling you, which you know already. Again, I'm just here to confirm. And in this moment, you get a lot of downloads, a lot of remembrance, and a lot of tools offered from above. Again, there is no way in front of you, there is only a way up. And this is really your soul's calling, and it's God. It's God calling. Again, judgment call. The path forward, the fact that I don't see anything in front of you, there is no satisfaction in the path in front of you. There is only up, and you know this. This is what you feel also. Expansion. Beautiful, very, very beautiful energy, pile 3, really. So Again, you are very gifted, and I get the chills while I speak and feel this energy. It's a very strong energy. You are very gifted. You are very talented. If you didn't know that yet, I confirm it again to you. Trust in yourself, be confident in yourself, and keep on practicing. Keep on explore. That was the word I was looking for. Explore. Explore this gift. And whenever you feel pain within your own physical body, use it as an opportunity given to you to practice. And connect with this sacred geometry. And Metatron again for some, which I also feel in here. Expansion. Also here, there is this figure. You don't see the head, but it feels like that because it's also what I felt. This figure that is like pulling the head up, and there is all this, it's like this tunnel that I see also for you, and then all these shapes, although it was not like that, but all the shapes that were in the tunnel that are just been downloaded into you, which is your remembrance of all your healing qualities, of all your healing gifts. So use them well, because it's strong. Use them well for humanity, for all our brothers and sisters. We are all in this together, and you came here with a strong mission. So go for it. Explore. Okay, my beautiful pile 3, this is what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope it was helpful, and I'm sending lots of love, lots of light, lots of peace and blessings for each and every one. Hello, beautiful souls, divine beings. Welcome in this lovely space with me. Whomever chose pile 4, I have a message for you. And today's reading goes into what is your intuition trying to tell you? What do you need to know in this specific moment? And pile 4, the vision I have for you, it's an interesting one. It's you are standing somewhere and it's raining arrows. Or maybe not arrows, but pointy sticks, swords, anything that is sharp. And you are being pierced by many arrows or swords, but you are still standing. So your physical body is being completely pierced. It's like your physical body is being murdered, but you are still standing. And I don't feel any kind of fear in here. I just see you standing there, and it's like the physical body is being pierced, and the physical body is like peeling off of you and falling on the ground, and you are still standing there, but you are in a lighter form. You're the essence of you that is still standing there is a lot less dense than the physical body that is on the ground being pierced. So there is a very, very strong sense of death and rebirth in here. I didn't pull any cards yet. I did pull one rune, and the rune that came out for you is Wunyo, which is the rune of joy, of light, but in reversed. And I do feel this, because it's not a joyful experience, but it's also not a dark experience, because you are still standing there, and it's like it's happening through you, but it doesn't harm you. So a very strong sense of death and rebirth. And we do have the rune of joy here in reverse, and I want to clarify, because the feeling I have in here, it's very neutral. It's not joyous, it's not fearful, it's just neutral up until now. This is what I feel in the vision, but I will go deeper, because I'm surprised that Wunyo comes out in reversed, especially because it's about joy. So let's see. I first want to clarify this Wunyo. Wow. And there is a, I don't know if you saw that, but this is it's a moth. It's the butterfly of the night. So transformation, big transformation. Why this Wunyo in reversed? First take this one. It also feels like you are, because you are standing there, like I say, it feels very neutral. What I sense here is that maybe you are blocking the actual experience of what is happening there, because it's so intense. Because it's I cannot put any feeling onto this. It's like without feeling. But you are like looking in this scene, through this scene, and standing in the middle of it. You are just observing without feeling. So it's also possible that you are blocking your feeling because it's so intense. But let's see what is here. Cards jumping out in all directions. So we have here the Chariot in reversed. The Queen of Swords. The Four of Cups. And the Tower. Okay, so this confirms what I thought already. This tower is the moment that this rain of arrows or of swords is coming down on you, and it comes in as a tower moment. It's a shock, so you block your feeling in a sense. But I feel what comes through here is there is this higher guidance that is coming through with, do not fear this experience, because nothing can harm you. Your essence is there, and your essence is unharmed. And with the Four of Cups here also, okay. Okay, what I hear here is your intuition wants to come through and say to you that if you are in this moment without joy, if you feel in a state of a kind of apathy, like you have blocked your feelings because things were intense. Then your intuition is coming through, or your higher guiding spirit is coming through, but your intuition is also telling you this, that you have to trust, because you are going to through a massive, massive transformation here. You are really almost shape shifting, I feel in here. And it's really this, it's this ego death. And of course, an ego death is not a joyful experience. It's a heavy experience. It can be a heavy experience. For most of us, it is a heavy experience, because if the ego is still there, there is also still some identification with the ego, which is painful if the ego dies. So your intuition here is coming through also with the Four of Cups here, to tell you to don't worry. Don't worry about whatever is happening, because it's happening from a place of nourishment and from a place of necessity. Because what has to die has to die. It has to die so you can be reborn. And it feels like your chariot, your victorious ride, is completely upside down. And with the Four of Cups here, you are not seeing the truth in this. Queen of Cups. Nurture yourself, nurture your feelings, nurture your emotional state, your feeling state. Look from a higher perspective. Also in the vision, the fact that it's like your physical body and the arrows and the whole picture is very solid. It's dense. And you are standing there with a different density. You are more light. And it also feels like you are not completely in the experience of this new you. You are still in the experience, there is the mat again, transformation. You are still in the experience of transformation, but you are still in the experience of identification with this human form. And it might come in hard, but remember that nothing can harm you. Nothing can harm you. Your essence, what you truly are, it's immortal. So with this look from a higher perspective that peeped out here in the cards, whatever you are going through now, do your utmost best to look at it from a higher perspective and understand that whatever is dying now in this moment, it's based on illusion. It was never true. And the more we are identified with the illusion, the more painful it is when the illusion falls apart. Although again, I don't feel any pain in here. But again, this can be this um, closing down, closing down your feelings because it's too intense. What comes out here is reconnecting with truth. And this is exactly what I say. The illusion is being pierced. The ego is dying, which is the illusion. So if that dies, truth remains. And this is also what is happening in your process of death and rebirth. This is happening in your process of transformation. It's you reconnecting with what is really true. It's you reconnecting with your essence, with what you truly are. Rest, sleep, rejuvenate. So take very good care of yourself. There is alignment here, soul tribe, and elevation, acceleration. So you are transforming into something higher than yourself, higher than your human self as you know it now. And whatever is happening now is happening for you. Herbal allies. For some, it might be very helpful to work with certain herbs in this time to calm you down. The first thing that pops my mind here is chamomile. To calm down your system, to find peace, to take enough rest, to sleep. Lavender is also coming through. Artemisia for some. Any herbs that are speaking to you in this time, it might be helpful. You are elevating, and your intuition is trying to tell you that. But I also feel in here, also with the Four of Cups, that it's difficult for you in this moment to really hear your intuition, which also makes sense if you have closed yourself down from feeling, because everything is too intense. Then it's also very difficult to be aware of your intuition, to hear your intuition, to feel your intuition, to be aware of your own inner GPS. And your intuition is really, really trying to communicate with you. But I see you focused on something else. Change. Yeah, this is this process in between, and I know it's tricky. It can be very tricky. It's just about us trusting, surrendering into this, and allowing everything that shows up in this time, to allow it to be there and to hold a loving space for yourself. But you are really, let me first pull this, you are really like in the middle, in the midst Let me see, where are you here? It's very important for you to go within. It's very important for you to connect. It's also very important for you to allow yourself to feel. Even if it's painful. We have to release, forgive, let go, release, surrender. And this process of releasing, it comes together with feeling. And it's really important for you to feel. Allow yourself to feel. And to trust. And to take rest. And to sleep enough. And your intuition is really nudging you to all of this. Your intuition is also really trying to tell you to go within, to connect with your essence, to connect with your guidance. And allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to feel. Rose oil can also be very helpful for you. Or actual roses. The smell of the roses will automatically open a part of you into feeling. So rose oil or really roses, and put your nose in there. Really smell the smell of the roses. The devil. And temperance. You are really in the process of healing, and you are in the process of healing reconnecting with truth. I come back to that. Reconnecting with truth, and this is this process of facing our own demons, facing the devil, facing toxic behavior from ourselves or others, but this is about you. This is about understanding that the pain you feel is the attachment. Whatever is falling away now, whatever is piercing you, it's illusion. It's life that is piercing that or removing that out of your life, because it's illusion. And the more pain you feel, the more attached you are to the illusion. And this part has to go. And you are full on, I hear, full on going through this. And it's a strong process, I know that, but you got this. You got this. You really got this. Otherwise, it would not be your path. It would not be the situation that you are in if you couldn't handle it. Connect to Mother Earth also. Imagine your roots being connected with the core of Mother Earth. Ground yourself. If there are certain people in your life that you feel very connected to, but really connected, so connected, if they are already in your life because they are here, coming in, or they are already here, if they are already here, it might be helpful for you to seek out the just the presence of a friend, which really feels like soul tribe, someone where you can be completely you, where you can show your shadows also, someone who doesn't judge you for that. If there is someone like that in your life, it might be helpful to reach out to them. And while I say it, I pull the Hermit, so for most of you it's really about going inside. To take this process in solitude. But there might be a friend, and I come back to this because it feels important that there is some other person here who might be helpful for you. And it's not about going through this process, but it might be connected with these certain herbs. Maybe there is something or someone around you who has a lot of knowledge about herbs, or you yourself, but it feels like more somebody else. So if you know someone who is very good with herbs, then it might be good to contact them. But this process, it's important that you do this on your own. Mhm. It's important that you do this on your own because your guidance, your intuition, everything is speaking to you, and it's about you being in presence with yourself and with your guidance in this moment and connecting. The Hermit, Judgment, the Two of Swords, Three of Wands, Ace of Cups, and the Moon on the bottom of the deck. Your guidance or your intuition is also coming through here with a message to connect and to get very clear for yourself what is important for you. What does it mean for you to experience true fulfillment in all areas? What is that for you? Your intuition is trying to pull you within, go within, and to make that very clear for yourself. What do you want? What is important for you? What do you value? And what is real? Again, with connecting with truth. What is truly of value for you? What is truly important for you? What is true fulfillment? What does that mean for you? And your intuition is nudging you in that way to spend some time in there. Spend some time in this reflection, in these visions, in this space of contemplation about it. Your intuition is nudging you to cocoon. Almost go into hibernation mode. Hibernation, reflection, getting clear about where do you want to go from here? Where do you want to go from here? If all illusion falls, where do you want to go? Where do you see yourself? Again, what makes you happy? What does that mean for you? True fulfillment. It keeps on coming back everywhere. That is the main thing your intuition is trying to tell you, and it's giving you a lot of signs, but most of it you are not aware of now. So go within, cocoon, rejuvenate, take enough sleep, rest. Allow yourself to feel again this rose. If you have a chance, if you are on a walk or something and you see roses, or you go to a flower shop and you can get some roses and put your nose in there. Put your nose deep into the rose and it will unlock something that will allow you to feel more, which may also involve that you will feel more pain, but it's necessary. Don't identify with the pain. Don't judge the pain. Allow it to be there. But it's important to feel it, because by feeling we can also releasing it. But beautiful pile 4, this is the main thing your intuition is trying to tell you, to go within, cocoon. Take time for reflection, take time for contemplation, and get very clear on what is your truth. What is important for you. Let your light shine. Connect with your essence. Connect with your truth, with what you truly are, your true being, which is light. So my beautiful pile 4, take this time to connect. Go within, take enough sleep, rejuvenate, be sweet, loving and kind for yourself. Allow yourself to feel and get clear on what you want. What is your truth? Connect to Mother Earth. Again, these herbs and the roses. The beautiful roses. They are also here to remind you of what you truly are. And when you smell these roses, it's what you experience there, it's you. That is truth. And it's so important for you to reconnect. You never lost the connection. It's always there. We are just not always aware of it. But reconnect with the truth. Okay, my beautiful pile 4, this is what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope it was helpful. And I'm sending lots of love, lots of light, lots of peace and blessings for each and every one.